How's it going, guys? It's Joe. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going against Grip again. So this is the second time I'm going to be going against him. He's the gentleman that had 5.9 GP from before, and it's going to be fun, guys. We're going to play around a bit. And just to show you very briefly, it looks like we've lost our first and second round of Grand Arena this time, and it's just unfortunate because the last one I lost by 1 point, and that's all it took. But it was still a good and fun Grand Arena to be had, so today's going to be another fun one as well. So just to show you, he's got 5.9 million GP. This guy's got separatist teams in the front, as well as a Nightsister team at the bottom here. But we're going to be going for this top team, and we're not playing around. We're not going to be mucking around today. We're going to go and use gas for this one. So with gas, I've got Rex the fastest. I use that cleanse, and I'm going to throw this echo grenade straight away. And as you can see, they all lost their stealth there after that grenade, and we've got a direct hit onto Grievous here. However, we're stuck hitting Magna Guard at the moment, and now we're going to be hitting Droideka. So the idea behind this team is that we lose a lot of banners fighting Grievous anyway, which is why I decided to use gas, because whenever we use gas, we lose a lot of banners either way, from losing the protection from all the clones. And regardless of whether gas gets dropped, you still lose a lot of banners either way. So may as well just use gas here. So at this point, I've only got B1 left and Grievous. So I'm going to start hitting B1 here. And once I've dropped him, Grievous didn't have enough DPS to drop gas. And that's a 55 banner victory there. So thinking ahead, I probably could have used my Jedi or my Sith Empire. Actually, no, I could not have used my Jedi, because I actually placed my Jedi on defense this time around, just to change it up a bit. And I just thought gas would be good enough here. I still have Padme, and I had Sith Empire hanging around in the back. And now I'm going to use this CLS team with Nihilus, just so I can get rid of this scoundrel team here. So I hit Bossk there. I'm trying to stop him from getting his taunt out, and just getting those counter attacks in onto Jango and onto Boba. Get a first revive on Jango there. And in this particular fight, it actually took a while to get Nihilus onto his Annihilate. And we lost a fair bit of protection on R2 there as well. And at this point, I'm just really trying to get to Annihilate, while trying to regenerate as much health and protection as I can. There's still a lot of thermal detonators on the field at the moment, and we're just losing a fair bit of health. But it's nice to have R2 on this team, just to make it that bit tankier and that more survivable. All the turn meter manipulation in this team doesn't give Nest a turn. So that's the struggle with this team, and that's why I placed Nihilus here. If Enfys Nest doesn't take a turn, that means you effectively get a draw in this battle, just because she never loses her protection up and never takes any damage. And that's where Nihilus comes in. For that, Annihilate. And now we're just going to be blasting Dengar with 59k on Han Solo there. He's awesome. So in the back line, it looks like we've got a Scoundrel team and Old Republic up there at the top. So we're going to go ahead and hit this bottom line here with our favorite First Order team. It's so reliable against this Nightsister. So they were pretty fast, these Nightsisters. They were able to go before I did. However, nothing's going to save them from that Sith Trooper AoE that just absolutely blasts everyone. I've got a stun here. I'm going to stun Asajj just because she can be annoying with her dispels. And we've got Asajj and Daka out of the way fairly quickly and easily. Very smooth against Nightsisters, this team. And now we're just left with Zone B. We're gonna do a cleanse here. And we're gonna drop Zone B as well. And we got 59 banners, which is pretty awesome. Now this is a tricky team here. This is my first time using this team, but it's definitely interesting having mostly scoundrels on this team with Bossk and Wat Tambor and Hermit Yoda. So the idea behind it is that I'm going to put Bactoid Shield Generator onto Bossk, and that way I've got a taunt on him as long as he's got protection. But the thing that I didn't account for was that Dooku actually effectively just ignores protection and he goes straight to health, and that's where I made my mistake here. So as you can see, I'm hitting a Scarif Rebel Pathfinder here. I throw in that burn, and look at that. Dooku is going straight to health, and he's doing so much damage as well, and he just drops Bossk just like that. I'm going to put Grandmaster's Training on to Jango, and that drops Scarif. And this is a very pesky team, guys, because Newt's leadership actually allows for them to just exponentially increase their speed, and when Dooku does that Makashi, Master of Makashi, he increases the turn meter as well. So it's a very troublesome team, and I definitely underestimated it. With Stormtrooper Han here in the back as well, giving them more turn meter every time he gets hit. Yeah, this is insane. And I had Jango here, so I threw that missile onto Wat, and I was able to regenerate a little bit more protection and health. And Jango absolutely hits like a truck with that weapon mod or weapon tech from Wat Tambor. And there's definitely more to this team. It's just I haven't been able to attempt this before, but I would like to take my time and thank Heinze, because this was a team that was inspired when I was watching one of his streams. So yeah, if you haven't, please have a look at YouTube and look up Heinze. He does a lot of good streams. He's a legend. So unfortunately we lost this one, but yeah, that was an interesting matchup. I definitely underestimated that Dooku, and I will try again in future and see how much more success I can have with that team. So looking at my squads here, I still have Malak, I still have Sith Empire, and I was just looking to clean up this team. However, I didn't want to underestimate it as well. This team would have probably done well, but I gotta admit, I didn't want to make the same mistake, and against a preloaded turn meter team as well. So I was able to use fear onto their leader, which effectively makes them skip a turn. And now I'm gonna go for Dooku here, who is able to throw out Master of Makashi, unfortunately. But either way, we can clean up with this. So I didn't want to use Bastila Shan Fallen as of yet, as she has more utility with a Emperor Palpatine lead in offense. So at the bottom though, there's only a Phoenix and an Ewok squad waiting in the back line. So presumably this guy went really hard on offense as well. Similar to what we had come across last time. So going against this semi-relict scoundrel team here, we're behind an L3 taunt, so I'm gonna pass that stealth onto Anakin and gain some retribution with General Kenobi there. And this should be fairly easy with a Galactic Republic team. I was expecting for there to be a much stronger team behind this line, as I saved my Padme, my Sith Empire, and yeah, unfortunately that wasn't the case. Well, actually it was very fortunate for us that that wasn't the case. We're gonna go against Vandor Chewbacca now, and just trying to keep our protection up while doing efficient amount of damage. That AoE hits for 38k and we gain 61 banners, which is really good. So we still have our triumvirate here as well. Actually, we still have a resistance. We've still got a fair bit of characters here. So I utilized this team against this Old Republic, as when I calculated, I pretty much had this in the bag here. As long as I ensured I had 60 banners on each of the territories, that was it. So my goal here was to fracture Zalbar as soon as I can, and I've got shock on mission there. Now I've got some armor penetration on the floor, and we're hitting insanely at this point. Getting Canderous Order out of the way, passing that turn meter on to Bastila Shan Fallen, and apply more fear. So we're stuck behind Zalbar's taunt for now. Applied ability block there, and we're gonna try and keep them stun locked, and that way we can still regenerate while we're finishing this off. So Juhani's still under stealth at the moment, and I can pass a little bit more turn meter and protection onto Palpatine. Thought I had Zalbar there with that Darth Vader saber throw. And finally drop all the team with 60 banners there for the solid win. So at the bottom we've got Ewoks and Phoenix. Took my time a bit here doing my maths, and I really love using this Resistance team here, guys. Resistance Hero Finn is so much fun to use, and I'm willing to bet it's gonna get even more insane once those other Resistance characters come out, if there are any more coming out. And of course, the Galactic Legend Rey. So the idea behind this team is that I'm looking at whoever's got the most turn meter, and I'm just applying exposes, and that way I can efficiently defeat this team without them getting any turns in. So Wicket's got a high turn meter bar there, so I stunned him. I'm gonna throw this grenade onto Ewok Elder and just drop him there. Chief Chirpa's getting up there as well. So I'm gonna throw this onto Rey, and we get more translation stacks that way. We're gonna go for Log Rey here, who's got the highest turn meter, and we're gonna stun Paplu in the back. So playing with a Resistance team is so much fun, just because you can play around with turn meter, and if you play your cards right, you can even play it so the opposing team doesn't actually get to take a turn. And I used BB-8 on defense, which is why I had C-3PO there instead. So looking at this, at the end here we've got a Phoenix squad, which I could have undersized, but I pretty much had this in the bag and thought to myself, let's not undersize, let's just smash it out. I did lose my 2 previous Grand Arenas, so it would be a nice change to have 1 win. So I'm gonna isolate Kanan here, try and prevent those taunts, and I'm gonna apply as much pain as I can as well on the field. some dazes out. And apply ability block, which didn't work out. And I'm going to target Hera here, because I know she's got that ability that can revive one of these characters. We're going to go for Ezra ASAP, as he applies so much damage. We can shock Zeb here in the back and keep hitting Ezra here as well. Let's get some health steal there. Get that roar out as well. More isolate. And we've got Ezra out of the game there. Now we're going to go for Sabine. Get an ability block out. Apply more pain. And it's very rare for people to put the Phoenix squad on defense these days. So I was thinking to myself, this guy might have gone really hard on offense. And it paid off that I actually had my Jedi in the back line, as I don't think he was expecting that, and he ended up having to use 2 teams to beat the Jedi. Although I did make one mistake as well. But I will build on that team. That's an amazing team. The Jango-led Scoundrels. So the final score here is 1892 to 1876. And just to show you the defense here, my Geos and my Grievous here at the bottom all got one shot. And I had Imperial Troopers and Rebels there in the back line, got one shot as well, but my Jedi held up here at the top, and it took 2 battles to beat them. Although it took me 2 battles to beat his Separatists here as well. That was a pretty efficient win, and I will take it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the content. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.